We have been trying as a world to reach a global agreement on carbon emissions and taking responsibility for emissions for 21 sessions now, so from in the 90s. The Kyoto Protocol was signed in 1997, but some parties didn't agree, some parties didn't follow through. And so at this moment, we don't have a binding global agreement on emission of carbon dioxide and how people take responsibility for it. Remember, I pointed out that the people who are most affected are not the ones who are producing the most carbon dioxide. So it is critical this year that we reach an agreement. And this is the reason that Pope Francis decided to release his encyclical this year. It's very well timed, he's very smart. And the encyclical is intended to start this conversation. And remember what I said, he said the number one thing is for you to recognize your moral and religious imperative in these discussions. Climate change and all of that is happening in the world is not just about politics and economics. It's about people, and it's about our responsibility to each other. First, let's look at new and better ways to produce our energy. Since much of our energy, about 60% of our energy, is what's causing our carbon dioxide concentrations to increase. Our green energy processes, how are we doing? In the year 2000, 15 years ago, they projected that the worldwide wind capacity would reach 30 gigawatts by 2010. In reality, we far exceeded that. Global wind energy capacity has been increasing exponentially, almost as cool as our previous slides. Since coming online in 1993, Curaçao's first wind farm, Terra Cora, has been an unqualified success, performing well above expectations, and has been considered a pioneer for other Caribbean wind farm projects. Then we have solar. Solar, of course, is very significant to us here in the Caribbean because we get sun all the time. But apart from here, enough solar energy reaches the earth every hour to power our needs for one full year. So that is a huge potential for us finding replacement for our power. So solar energy market was expected to grow by 1 gigawatt per year by the year 2010. In reality, the goal is exceeded by 17 times by 2010. In 2014, it was exceeded by almost 50 times. We are well on our way to doing much more with solar energy than we ever considered at the start of the century. This is a chart showing you how photovoltaic solar panel installations are taking off over the world. This is the good news stuff. And we have all kinds of ways of addressing solar. So here you're seeing some innovative ways. This is in South Sudan, the newest country in the world. They didn't have a grid, they didn't know where to start. They didn't have enough money to start up with the oil plants and the poles and wires. So they've gone straight in some of their rural areas to finding solar solutions. And they now have entrepreneurs doing pay-as-you-go solar and other smart solutions that involve not getting attached to a grid at all. So they've gone straight into new energy. And then there was the awesome demonstration by Elon Musk of the new Tesla battery, the Tesla Powerwall, which will really revolutionize how we store energy. One of the biggest costs in solar is the storage, is the batteries. And I would encourage you to visit the Tesla Powerwall website. It is very, very cool. Elon Musk is very cool. This is an example from in Barbados. Barbados is actually a world leader in solar power. They are a world example of success for solar water heaters. The government put in a plan with a projection for how many solar water heaters they wanted to achieve in 10 years. They have far surpassed that already. They have also moved forward to having electric cars in a way that we have never envisioned before. So there's a company in Barbados called Mega Power, and they brought in electric cars, but beyond bringing in electric cars, they now have charging stations all over the island, in the same way you would have gas stations, and they have charging stations run by solar. So they have now introduced in Barbados the possibility of transportation not being connected to fossil fuels at all. And I think that Barbados example is a very good one for Curacao.